Grüß Gott, heute reden wir über Österreich. Today we will be talking about Austria and not in German but in English, sadly, because those two can't understand my German.
こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男、僕がミスター富士です。そして
I'm Philip. Hello.
I'm Filippo. Hello.
今日のテーマはオーストリアについてやってくれる今日は新しいメンバーフィリップに来てもらいました。 Old Philip.
Yeah.
New Philip.
Yes.
フィリッポとフィリップだよね。
Mm.
So, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello. I'm Philip from Austria, not Australia. We don't have any kangaroos. But we have a T-shirt that says we don't have kangaroos in Austria. Austria is a big country. It's nearly as big as Hokkaido in Japan. So when you hear the name Austria, what do you think about? Do you know the famous? What's famous in?
ウィーンが有名だよね。ウィーンってわかるでしょ？ The name of the city?
Vienna.
Is that in Japanese?
ウィーン。いや待ってウィーンはなんていう名前なの？ビエナ。
Yeah.
In English it's Vienna, but in German it's Wien.
I didn't know that.
ほら、
How do you call it in Italian?
Vienna.
Vienna.
そうなんだ。
So have you ever heard of Austria?
I can't say that. I heard of Austria during high school when we teach history. They teach us that Austria is like the enemy country in the north that we fought and won many wars against. That's what we know about Austria.
なんでそれ言ったの？
They actually just won because they switched sides. They were our allies and they decided that we're not fun enough for them.
ああ、やばい空気悪いけどね。はい。
Okay, so let's talk about Austria. As far as I heard, Austria is not that famous in Japan. First of all, most people think it's Australia. So they asked me how is Sydney, and I just have to explain them that I've never been to Sydney. What is famous about Austria in Japan? First of all, it's classic music, sound of music, the Hollywood movie.
ああ、ドはドーナツのドのとこ？あ、違う？
Yeah, I never watched the movie. So I don't know. They actually filmed it in Salzburg. Salzburg, that's the second. No, it's not the second largest city, but it's one of the famous cities in Austria, and it's actually the city where Mozart was born. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is famous. That's his full name.
Okay.
Remember that.
言ってみて。
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Yes. Now you try.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Wolfgang.
Vienna was actually famous, for classic music, and a lot of musicians from other places, from other countries, also came to Austria.
Salieri.
Yes, I guess so. I never heard his name, but yeah, there were also a few Italian people. And yeah, except for classic music, we also have the Zahatorte. I think it's in Japanese Zahertorte.
あ、ザハトルテね。
Zahatorte, yeah, the chocolate cake
Wait,
from Hotel Zaha.
we call it in Italian whatever. I think it's the same. Is that the sacre thing?
Zahatorte, yes.
Okay, is that the chocolate with the orange something?
Well, it's some
Marmalade.
marmalade in it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's mostly just chocolate, yeah.
Right, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's actually, you can easily make it on your own. It's not that difficult.
Oh, believe me, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I also can't bake cakes, but it's one of the easier cakes. But it's still
I failed to
expensive.
make an omelette. Don't even start.
I failed to make a sandwich.
Fair enough.
Austria is also famous for skiing. We have a lot of famous people who won medals. I forgot their names, but
それ雪が降ってるってこと？一年中。
No, it's not the whole year, but well, Vienna is not in the mountains, but all the other cities are more in the mountains, and there's a lot of snow. It's really cold there. And it's normal for people in middle school to just go for the class to go skiing for 1 week. So generally, well, nearly everybody can ski in Austria.
オーストラリアじゃできないね。
そうですね。
オーストリアとオーストラリアって関係ないよね、全然。
No.
名前似てるけど。
I don't know why. The whole world calls it, but I mean in German, the name doesn't sound like Austrian at all.
あ、そうなんだ。
It's Österreich.
オーストラリア。
Österreich.
Mm.
So I don't know why Österreich became Austria.
オーストリアのナショナルランゲージは何なの？
It's German.
ジャーマンだけ？
Yeah, it's only German.
ドイツ語だけなの？ドイツの隣？どの国と隣接してるの？
まあ、オーストラリアは真ん中にあって
真ん中ね、真ん中
地球見たら真ん中地図見たら真ん中にはオーストラリア
センターオブザユニバース
そうどこ見ても必ずオーストラリアの真ん中にあるで、その南は、ちょっと変わった国やけどイタリアっていう国があってでその隣はスイス、ほんでドイツあとリヒテンシュタインも
リヒテンシュタイン
Yeah, Liechtenstein is the name of a country.
Didn't know that.
I don't know Liechtenstein.
I thought it was somewhere else. I don't even know, but where is it? Like, if this is Austria and this is the beautiful
Swiss
country of Italy, where would you place Liechtenstein?
It's between Austria and Swiss.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, and then there's Germany in the north. Next to it is the Czech Republic. Then there's the beautiful country of Slovakia. Then we have Hungary and Slovenia.
ドイツとあとイタリアとも隣にあるわけじゃん。なんでイタリア語じゃなくてドイツ語なの？
Controversial answer in 3, 2, 1.
Generally, well, we are German-speaking people, and we were that for a long time, and we were also German-speaking before there was a Germany, and we had our own country before Germany existed as a whole. So I don't know why it's German, but we just speak German and we like it that way. So before we had like the Austrian Empire, which afterwards became the Austria-Hungarian Empire. The current Austria has only a small part of its former size.
Do you still feel any like historical connection with Hungary, or?
Yeah, they come to work in Austria.
Historical connection.
And yeah, they learn. They have to. I think they have to learn German in work. Any connection? Not really. I mean, it's not like, oh, you're from Hungary, that's so great, we're brothers or something like that. I don't feel like that at all. And usually all the Hungarian people I know from Austria are either just students who came to Austria because, well, Austria is more interesting for them or for whatever reason, or they're just drunk homeless people.
Right.
Generally, I mean, the Austria-Hungarian Empire was much bigger than it is now. Austria, at that time, Austria also had Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, part of Serbia. That was all part of the Austria-Hungarian Empire.
彼らはドイツ語を喋ってたってこと？
Yeah, at that time, German was the official language.
How much time ago was that? Like not recently.
It was
Like
until the end of the First World War.
オーストリアってどんなイメージなの？
Well, really, in all honesty, it's one of those countries that, in general, Italian people don't think too much about. It's like, I guess, size is probably one reason. Usually, the countries in Italy that we interface more with are probably Spain, France, and Germany, because they are the biggest kind of neighboring countries. So Austria, usually we kind of put it together with Germany when we think about that geographical area, as in like German/Austrians. So we don't have a specific image. Please teach us, people from the south, differences between Germany and Austria.
Sure. First of all,
He doesn't know. Of course.
Well, first of all, it's the character. Austrians, or at least people from Vienna, are never happy.
待ってなんて言った？
They're never happy. They're just they're not satisfied at all. Whatever they do, they're not satisfied. Whatever they see, they find a way to complain about something. I don't think that's a bad habit. I'm actually also complaining really a lot.
フランス人みたいってこと？
We don't eat frogs.
Yeah, fair enough.
やめろ
For the Germans eat Wurst really a lot, like the Würstchen, like the sausage. We also have sausage, but we don't eat it that much. Actually, I would say that Viennese soul food, what we usually eat when we go out, it's just kebab.
ケバブ
Yeah.
ケバブ食べる
Kebab, yeah, we eat
そ
kebab.
うなんだ
Actually, kebab was invented in Germany by a Turkish person. I mean, they had kebab as a traditional food in Turkey, but you don't eat it as a sandwich. You have it on a plate. You eat it like normal with a fork and a knife.
知らなかった
And the first one who made a kebab sandwich was a Turkish guy somewhere in Germany. And now they have it nearly everywhere in Europe and even in Japan. What we like we just like to buy that and just walk around the Donau River.
ドナウ川か
Yeah.
社会で習った
It goes all the way from Germany through Austria, through Slovakia, Hungary, Serbia, Romania and Bulgaria to the Black Sea.